right, so let's hit our first story, Zach, and one that I think you witnessed in partial a little bit, at least in your neck of the woods, which is we've been seeing these massive boat parades going on over the last, I don't know, month or two, basically as Trump was famous in 2016 for his rallies and getting all supporters together and kind of having like a carnival and party atmosphere. But that's kind of been done, even though things have been relaxed a little bit. So if you can't have a rally, what are you going to do? You're going to get in your damn boat, as many as possible, and we're going to pile into whatever body of water we could find and show our Trump flags and show our support for the president. Right, Zach?
That's right. Yeah, I was in Ocean City, Maryland. That's the beach I spoke about earlier that we went to over the weekend, and that's like Trump country over there.
Yeah.
And I think 90% of all the boats you pass usually have a Trump 2020 flag hanging off the back of them. My dad told me there was going to be a Trump boat rally that weekend. I was like, that doesn't sound any different from any other time we're out on the boat down there. But we did not go to that boat rally. My dad, there was already enough boat traffic as it is over Labor Day weekend where you're, throwing in all these boats at it. But what I wanted to do is I was trying to convince my dad to let us now, before I say the story, I just want to say I'm not saying that I am a supporter of Joe Biden. I'm just saying that because I thought it would be funny and we would get some good footage.
Yeah.
I wanted to fuck around and put a Joe Biden flag on my dad's boat and ride right in the middle of the Trump rally just to see some of the reactions we would get from people.
And my dad want to make sure, Zach, you were just trolling and don't want to anger any of the commentators.
Look, we don't support presidential candidates here on this show, but what we do is like to get a reaction out of people. So that's what I was trying to do, just to see what would happen. And my dad said, "No fucking way, that is not happening."
Biden flags are few and far between.
They are few and far between. I don't think I've seen one. I think I maybe seen one flag on someone's house down in that area, but I've never seen one on a boat before.
I was going to say, do they exist? I don't know.
Yeah.
As the president has been gaining a little bit more support, it seems like his supporters are coming more out of the woodwork and being a little bit more vocal, to the point where, as you said, and I've seen these boat parades and rallies. I guess if you almost want a boat rally, they're popping up all over the place, all over the country. There was one in my neck of the woods where they tried to set the record. I don't know if they did, but there was a story here. Just a day ago, I think everyone was really pushing for this over the weekend. This one in Lee County, which is basically like Fort Myers area. It says Trump boat parade in Lee County waters may be record. Unofficial count at 11,000.
Had a lot of boats.
That's a lot of boats. And so back to this one here in Texas. This was the famous one where there was a little bit of a tragedy. I love the start of this article from NPR. The weather was calm, the atmosphere festive, which made it all the more surprising when several boats sank Saturday at an event put on by Trump supporters near Austin, Texas. Now, we've got a little bit of a video of what the scene partially looked like here. It's quite hilarious. I mean...
Oh, yeah. I mean, that guy's got his whole hull painted or shrink wrapped. Wow. You think they're voting for Trump in November?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. And here comes this little boat behind it.
I know, right? You don't want to be the guy in the dinghy.
Yeah.
One flag.
You're like, damn, I got to follow him and look at this guy. These guys in their pontoon boats.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, it is. I mean, they're having a bit of fun.
What the hell was that jet ski doing there? That's the picture that I've seen going around. That is nuts. Look at that wake.
That's
and for a calm day, for your wake to be that bad, this is what happens right here. Damn.
Oh, well, you got the guy rolling in his freaking a boat you could take across the Atlantic.
That is a lot of boats.
Those things are massive. They're rolling by, creating big waves. I mean, there's a lot there.
Yeah, it's like off of I don't know if you've seen Caddyshack, but it's like when Rodney Dangerfield took over the boat and was riding it around and creating all the huge waves and shit. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. So, and it's a fun atmosphere. People that Trump supporters, like-minded people getting together to have a good time or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Deck out your boat almost like a car show, something like that almost. people can show off their stuff, but it becomes to the point where it's so crowded, it becomes unsafe.
Oh
And
yeah. And
God,
I think a lot of it has to do with the mentality of some of these boaters as well that don't know what the hell they're doing. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
not a comment on Trump supporters. It's just a comment on people in boats. You know what I mean? You don't know how many times this weekend, like, we would be in an area that says like six miles an hour only, no wake, and you would see some fucking asshole just like
yeah,
full blame, and everyone else like, oh fuck, like what's this asshole doing, kind of thing. Where it's like, this is not like the police. It's not like there's police. I mean, yeah, there's boat police, there's Coast Guard and things like that.
right.
I have been on a boat before when we've gotten a ticket before. Like, it will happen, but like it's very few and far between. You know what I mean? It's almost like you can do whatever the hell you want out there, and there's really no ramifications of it unless you're in the small boat that gets fucking turned over and sinks because you're taking on too much water.
That's exactly right. I mean, if the boats are, the waters are pretty wild for the most part, and it's very easy with a big thing like that to either run into somebody or the wake, as you said. That's particularly BSy bullshitty in my area because one of the issues with one of the reasons for no wake, in addition to safety, is protection of manatees.
Oh yeah.
And they get chopped up by propellers, going too fast. It really is really angering, for an innocent creature like that to get killed just because some asshole wants to go a little bit faster in his boat. But yeah, this one's funny. This says, let's see. This is a quote here from the sheriff's office. Almost immediately upon the parade going into motion, we began receiving distress calls from boaters. Boats taking on water, stalled engines, capsized, sinking. So yeah, is there? A boat cop was Coast Guard or whatever. They don't do capacity, right? I mean, how would you stop all these people from going out there?
Yeah, you can't. There's no, at least in our area, it's not like there's rules. It's not like you have to go out and get a license or do this. I mean, literally, like, you can go up and rent a boat for the day, like anybody. You can just walk up and like say, hey, I want to rent a boat for a few hours. Here's the keys, my friend. Go have a good old time. You don't know anything about rules or what you're are or aren't supposed to do. You know what I mean? And it's a holiday weekend, so it's already going to be more crowded out in the water anyway, right? Especially with beautiful, calm weather. Come on, man. The police probably woke up that morning and we're looking at the weather report thinking like, man, we're going to have a nice, easy day today because, no wind, no storms blowing through. And sure enough, they got all those calls and like, what the fuck is going on?
All those crazy Trump supporters out there doing a boat parade trying to set records, It does actually. Well, luckily, I didn't see in any of these stories anybody dying. So I guess, but there's so many people around to help, I guess, if the boat's going under, they grab you. But I imagine, being in a boat that's sinking is still pretty freaking terrifying, even if.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I don't know so like, I know where I was, it's not like it's in the ocean where it's super deep, like in the bay in between the ocean and like the mainland. It only gets about 6 feet deep where like a lot of people are. So like, if, you usually touch bottom if you fall. I don't know where exactly this was, but it kind of looked like it was similar. The thing that I would worry about most is like you're sitting in the water. I would worry more about other boats like hitting you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like as your boat's sinking and like someone runs you over or some shit. I don't know,
It's a little bit dangerous. So this is a lake because, I'm sorry, Austin, Texas is, not near the coast.
Yeah.
As we both know, we were there. But this isn't a lake. So I guess a lake like this might be deep, I guess, in the middle. But yeah, what you describe is almost like the Gulf of Mexico, like where I am. In most spot, unless you go out pretty far, it could be, 7-8 feet, at the deepest until you go out, past or into a channel or something like that. But it's just hilarious. I mean, I don't expect this to stop. I guess this is the last big holiday before the election, but I think we can probably expect to see this happen again, right?
Oh yeah, I want to see someone. I haven't seen any responses for some of the bigger boats that were okay. Like I want to know if someone was like, if there's anyone out there that's remorseful, or if anyone's out there like, like, oh fuck them, they should have had bigger boats. You know what I mean? I want to see, some responses for some of the people that were there that did or didn't sink. So if you're listening, let us know. Send us some
Yeah, I'd
pictures.
love to hear any information. Have you been to a Trump boat parade? Talk about tell us what that's like. Yeah, so love for y'all to comment down below what you think of this. And by the way, the picture with the lady screaming, thankfully that one says here caption, it did not capsize. That one stayed, but certainly a hairy moment, especially
Oh
for that
yeah,
lady.
you can see the terror in her face.
I know. Honestly, I'd be right there with her. I'd be screaming. I'd be
Yeah.
freaking out, man.
There was one time when I was little and we were going out crabbing, and my dad's old boat had like a plug in the back of it.
Uh,
And it was made so that when water gets out of the boat and you take it out of the water, you can pull out the plug and let everything drain.
yeah.
And we got the boat in the water, and it was super early because we were crabbing. I mean, the sun was like barely coming up, and we're driving. And I'm like, Dad, there's a boat in the water. And he turns around, looks, and he forgot to put the plug in. Like he
Oh my
left it in his
God.
truck, and he was like, fuck. And we had to like turn around and like speed back to the damn dock, and everyone's trying to like put their boats in the water and shit because everyone's going out, and my dad's screaming at everybody like, fucking move, my boat's sinking. So
Oh man, that's fun. So boating is fun, but yeah, certainly could be frustrating and dangerous.
yeah.